Hello, welcome. It's time to Spire. Is the entire playlist going to be variations of the same track? No. Honestly, the thing that I was thinking about was that, I wasn't sure if I wanted to, like, just raw play this person's playlist, because it kind of slaps. We could move to the second one, because it's not literally the other song that I've just been playing. But because there was another song, another song that I kind of wanted to play in the background. But the thing is, like, I'm not sure if it's just too hype, you know what I mean? It's like they're kind of bangers, but they just like slap way too hard. So I didn't come to a decision about that yet. So I was like, all right, instead we're just gonna play this playlist. This person tragically, Chestnut Whale, tragically only has like 5k subs, which is like, I guess, to be expected if you're like, it's like, okay, like I know where to find this music. Like you'll look up the music or something, or have it favorited or like in your own playlist, and then like you'll just play it. Like you don't really need to like sub to the person in order to find their lo-fi remix, right? So I guess that's just how that goes. Welcome, Cesar. This is the 15th season of the training arc. I lost the number long ago. It's been going for a while. We've been training for a while. Because I love being trained. Jesus Christ. It's like mental whiplash. I'll like say something and then immediately like want to curl into a ball and just... yeah. You like being smashed by the hostile mobs. How did you know? We know? What do you mean? We say the picture. Oh, Saw? Yeah, what did the members think of that one? Because, oh boy. When I drew the... Because, okay, so first of all, I wanted to mention... Maybe I'll change screens for this. Hello, welcome. Okay. Yeah, so two thoughts. The first thought was that I draw the form, like, I don't want to say anatomy because people think like, oh, anatomy, like you're trying really hard to draw like super specific or accurate anatomy, but it's like I do the form underneath. So like I try to draw, you know, like I work from a mannequin first, basically, like drawing or sketching a mannequin, then I draw all the clothes on top. Not everybody does that. Some people just like freehand draw things because they can just do that. I can't do that. So the point is that, hoo boy, there's a lot of booba in that picture. Like, wow. Is that a complaint people have, that artists try to have correct anatomy? No, I think people have a complaint or an observation that when someone says anatomy, that I think beginner to intermediate artists tend to be snooty around the concept of anatomy. Like, they'll say, oh, this needs to be very specifically, like, anatomically correct, otherwise your art is bad. Whereas, like, most of the time, anatomy is, like, heavily simplified, and the things that stand out are, like, stuff that gets dramatized or brought out. So, for example, like, a collarbone can be drawn, where the collarbone is probably kind of supposed to be, and then you like kind of outline it to make it look more apparent. But like people do draw overs and they go like, oh, is that where the collarbone is supposed to be? It's like, not really, but it looks better if you put it there, right? It's a deformation, right? So when people say like, oh, like your anatomy is incorrect, it's kind of the same thing as a design philosophy where it's like, well, what is correct or incorrect anatomy? And generally it's that like you want to have a good idea and put things kind of where they are supposed to be, and people will be able to tell when it is in the uncanny valley or if it looks kind of incorrect. But there's a lot of wiggle room of being able to change stuff. So that being said, holy booba. And then I just drew a big old sweater over it. And I'm like, wow. I can't believe we went from seeing, like, all of the booba to seeing none of the booba. I was very confused why you weren't forever flat. Because Keijo donated $15 to see booba flower. Didn't hear any of that, small hands. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. I think I failed to draw the small hands, or rather, I drew small hands because I was originally going to have them covered by the sweater sleeves, and then I think I, like, didn't do that, and I'm like, oh, that makes these look, like, exceptionally tiny. And then I was like, oh. Like, I remember what my initial intent was, and then I didn't do that, and then the result of that was they look very tiny. Also, nah, that's a lie. You like being smashed so hard. Yes. I love it when I just get corrected on my anatomy. I mean, huh? I just love getting corrected. Oh, the second thing that I was going to say was that there was a thought in my brain where I was like, I wonder if I'm allowed to put the body sketches on members page, because that's technically just, like, nude art that I have drawn, technically. And I'm like, I wonder if I'm just allowed to post that on YouTube. Looked at the guidelines. Not allowed to do that. I was like, by virtue of having a sketching process that involves drawing what is underneath clothing and stuff, I could just, like, you could just take that image and then color it in skin color and be like, here you go. Here is your daily yerking material. But I don't think I have a good vehicle for posting that. And also don't really want to turn my current Twitter into just me posting, you know, like, nude sketches of myself. Thank you for the bonk. I appreciate that. Wait, you have a brain? What? Is it too expensive? Is too expensive to see Von Milkia, but anyways, I guess we can see her one day this year, mark my words. Yeah, one of these days. It's like, you have to understand that I don't want to have to turn on a big booba toggle, because I think it looks ridiculous. But you can force me to change my mind, because I will sell out. Would you prefer your anatomy being corrected or rearranged? Well, you see. It's hard to answer that question. I want it to feel like my pelvis is getting moved while being corrected. That is how hard I want it to be corrected. I really need to stop saying words. I'm awake, I swear. Welcome, Piotr. Let's goo. I would love to goo. Oh yeah, the other concern I had with the, what's it called? Lo-fi playlist was that the, Similar to the Refined Self theme, I don't know if it's like too chill. Like it's so chill that I feel like I'm falling asleep in the middle of stream, and other people do as well. But we're trying it. I think it's okay. If you get it rearranged, you can be taller. Oh no. Oh god. I mean, how's everyone doing today? I didn't ask yet. Is your weekend going well? I went out for breakfast, and I love having diner coffee because it reminds me how bad coffee can be. And funny thing about that too is that there was a little coffee shop nearby that I went to. Actually, so there's an ice cream shop, and then I was like, oh, the ice cream shop is currently closed, and it'll be open soon. So what I ended up doing was going to the coffee shop that was nearby. And checking it out because it's like a tiny, like, hole-in-the-wall kind of coffee shop. And usually those places have, like, very good pour-over, or perhaps they have good, like, they'll have a functioning espresso machine that they actually make good espresso with or something like that. So I like checking those places out. Oftentimes people who are passionate about coffee can do good pour-overs. And I know that, you know, my pour-over isn't always amazing, so I like to see how other people, like, do different brewing techniques or use different tools, stuff like that, to do the pour-over. So, ordered this thing. I was talking to the clerk, and the person doing the coffee were two different people. Maybe looked like, you know, like a couple, something like that. And I asked about, like, who the, like, what roast the pour over was, basically. And I was pleasantly surprised to find out that both of them were light roasts. One was from Ethiopia, the other one was Kenya. And I was like, ooh, nice, light roasts. I'm super huge on light roasts. I really like fruity tasting notes, particularly bergamot or tangerine. Really like it when that shows up in coffee. So I was excited to try. They recommended the Ethiopia. Waited, like, I think about 10 minutes or a little bit more for this pour over, which was a little bit weird. I think because the person said that it would take 5. Not for any other reason. And, like, I didn't smell it or anything at the store. I just, like, took it. We had to go. Parking was limited. Very quickly grabbed ice cream and then went home. And I tried this coffee. And the thing is, usually when I get a pour over, like, I can taste when it's, like, a little bit more bitter. And I'm like, okay, you know, like, tastes a little off, or, like, there's, regardless of the fact that there are tasting notes in coffee that you can, like, pick up on, there, for me, usually there's still, like, enough of an aftertaste of bitterness or something where I go, like, okay, it's a little bit difficult for me to fully interpret the flavor of this coffee. I'm gonna put, like, a little bit of sugar in it so that I can, like, at least, like, hide the aftertaste with the sugar, and then I can, like, identify what the taste of the sugar is and then what the taste of the tasting notes are. Because I can taste the sugar and then what the coffee is actually supposed to taste like better when I hide the bitterness. And I literally, like, almost spat out this coffee. Like, wow. It was so weird. Because I literally just drank diner coffee. So I was like, well, it won't be worse than diner coffee. But holy shit. Literally felt like I was drinking dirt. It's a little bit of a hyperbole. It wasn't, like, that bad. Because, again, like, I could still get the first tasting notes upon drinking it, and then there was a little bit of retronasal. So it's like I could taste that, but in the middle of those two things, there was, like, it was just, like, raw dirt flavor, and I was like, Oh my god. That's crazy. So I was a little disappointed in that, which is very sad, because the person sounded like they were very passionate about coffee. They seemed to be very knowledgeable on a few different like exotic espresso brewing methods, or like drink compositions, like the difference between there's like a Spanish espresso drink which uses condensed milk, and there's a different very, very similar one that I think is watered down, or it might be an Americano as the base, that uses condensed milk. So like, you know, they were very passionate. They seemed they just opened up shop recently, and I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. I love people who are passionate about coffee, but their pour over was ass. Literal ass cheeks. The beans were ground, so not surprising it tasted like dirt. Yeah, it's so weird. It's like, because the thing is, there's a lot of things that can go wrong to make it taste like that, and I'm inclined to believe that it wasn't like the pour over technique. Like, it could just be the beans themselves, or the way they were roasted, or yeah. And when I say beans themselves, like, they might have been old, I don't know, but it really was like yikes. Kind of yikes. You've never eaten good dirt, have you? No, I can't say that I normally eat dirt. Okay. Pretty tired after spending the past 8 hours drafting. Why did you spend 8 hours drafting, boy? What the fuck? Are you okay? Was it fun at least? You won't fall asleep if you get your internal organs rearranged by the humility mod. The humility mod is more than willing to help rearrange your internal organs into external ones. Well, I mean, I was not looking for any kind of, you know, prolapse of some sort. That was not what I was looking for. So hopefully the humility mod will not do that, despite very, very, very intensely probably fucking me in the ass. Yeah. So anyways, that was my morning. Just some, you know, breakfast, and then a little bit of disappointing coffee. The ice cream place beside it, though, was quite good. And I had like a marshmallow flavored ice cream. It was actually quite good. Went to a draft at 12, and after the first draft, some of us liked the set. Ravnica Remastered, enough to go to another round. Oh, I see. So, like, you ran a draft, and then you ran a second draft, which means that it would take, like, reasonably take around 8 hours. That makes sense. The authentic Return to Ravnica experience of losing the finals to Packrat. Amazing. Yeah, Packrat is a magic card. It's, yeah. Oh, I didn't know Ravnica Remastered got released. Were there any, like... That's a reprint set, right? Like, it's a remastered set or whatever. Right? So there's, like, reprints and stuff in it? Is it good? Are there good cards in it? I think I've been looking at the new set. Which is really funny, because Disguise exists. Here is not Morph. That's funny. It's like, why are we having cards which get put face down as cards again? Oh, interesting. Sorry, I'm just looking at the new set again, which I should probably not be looking at. It's not the thing I need to do, like, literally right now. Collect evidence 3? What? Exile cards of total mana value theory greater from your graveyard. Oh. That's interesting. All reprints from Ravnica sets and some from other products clearly set on Ravnica, not much value aside from shocks, but a fun and weird limited environment. Grinding out opponents with Sky SR feels good. Yeah, that's a... Pretty sure I know what that card is. Yeah! Yeah, this guy. I am a big fan of the Liev Knights, which I'm pretty sure this person is a part of. Or just in general, like, whatever the Azorius, Aerial, Griffin Rider, Lance-holding people are. They're very cool. Tap 2 and tapped plural white creatures you control reveal Sky SR draw a card. Oh yeah, you just don't even cast this card, right? You just literally, like... You just keep drawing cards. It's crazy. Alrighty. So anyways, yeah, so what are we doing today? So I loaded up Humility. I think we're gonna try it, like, once, maybe twice. If we have a good time, we'll keep trying. If we have a bad time, then we're going to stop. Because, honestly, like, add jump scare, you know, I should really be watching my live streaming tab so that I can skip ads when I feel like it is not appropriate. Yeah, you cast eventually after it has drawn like 5 cards or in an emergency. I see. Yeah. Yeah, so the thing that I'm concerned about, I know, I don't know how to pronounce this person's name. I think it's Q-Hit? 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 They mentioned that the way they buffed things, right, are, you know, not numbers based. My problem with that observation is that one of the things they mentioned was that, like, for example, Collector summons more Torch Heads, which is kind of like, you know, you may say that that's not a number thing, but adding another ad is realistically just increasing the HP of the boss fight. And I think the metrics of Slay the Spire are pretty, like, I want to say fairly precise. But I guess for, like, certain classes, or, like, you know, because classes can assemble infinite combos, or, like, you burst Catalyst, and it's like, wow, that's a lot of poison damage, you know, stuff like that, where, you know, it's just kind of like, maybe the point of the mod is that they're expecting people to do things that are, like, broken, but again, I feel like the ideology of balancing cards in Slay the Spire, and, like, I kind of realized this halfway through, I think all of the Flagbearer balances and stuff and whatever, and I can probably even shift the character more towards balance of what the base game is that, like, at a point in time, they just believe that you are supposed to win the game. You know what I mean? It's like, if you have resolved 3 turns of demon form, like, you are just winning the game. Like, it's not a question anymore. It's just like, you have 6 to 9 strength. Ironclad will kill whatever is in front of it. Like, there's no balance that says, like, well, you see, after 3 turns of demon form, if we exactly balance, like, the number of strikes in their hand and, like, how much energy they have, it's like, no. The point of demon form after 3 turns is that it is beyond the metrics of basically any of the bosses in the game, and you are supposed to kill the thing. right? So, like, I had a tough time swallowing that pill with, like pulses and phalanxes. Because when you get to the point where it's like, okay, I have resolved 2 upgraded aura essences and, like, 3 phalanxes. The point is that, like, you win. And then it's like, but that's only like 5 energy worth of stuff, and then it's all on the field and whatever. It's like, how did you upgrade 2 aura essences and get 3 upgraded phalanxes? Like, how did that happen? How did we get to this point? Like, if you've assembled that, congratulations. You can win the game now. Like, it's not... you know? Like, that, sure, that's not within metrics, but also, like, congratulations, you did it. It's like you casted... You have 3 Time Walks in your deck in a Tear reality. Like, congratulations, man. You can take 4 Time Walk turns. Great. Like, you did it. I don't think there's any metric that would tell you that, like, 4 Time Walk turns are, like, fair. You know? Yeah. And sure, there's a trade-off. Like, the trade-off, as you're saying, Poi, is that you need to, like, draw all of those cards and play them instead of defending yourself. Like, that is the literal trade-off of playing power cards. But, again, with the same concept of demon form, it's like, well, you committed 3 energy to this thing, and then, like, now you're winning. My point is simply that, like, I think the base game characters do a much better job of having, like, not actually exponential scaling, but exponential style scaling, where it's like, there's, like, you kind of do the normal metrics of the game in Act 1, and then, like, you kind of need to do more in Act 2 of some kind, like some combination of vulnerable, strength scaling, you know, something like that in Act 2. And then in Act 3, you're kind of expected to just go off the fucking charts and have, like, 12 orb slots on defect and just generate, like, 100 defense a turn or something. Like, that's just... That's what you are expected to do, or be able to do. Buffer is a really weird card. It's a power, but it's also burst defense. Yeah, I think the only reason Buffer is a power is so that you can't recycle it with, like, cards which buy back from exile. Or, like, there's no weird interactions with that. They're like, this card must be, like, permanently removed from the deck after you've played it. Also, Defect cares about casting powers for a number of reasons, so that's also probably part of it. Yeah, removing Slow from Giant Head basically just, like, gives it more HP. So, why didn't the devs just use Purge? Yeah, that's what I was saying, is that, like, Buffer is likely a power for a number of the reasons why Defect cares about powers. As I was saying. Okay, so time to get humiliated. I'm not really into getting humiliated, but here we are. You're gonna look at the map. So I can only assume that elite fights are a lot harder now, because, yeah, I would imagine. Fat Gremlin is slow, but Giant Head isn't. I don't know what that means as of right now. Okay. So we can take the gold and go to a shop. I don't really want to do that. This has one event. At this point, after the Burning Elite, we can choose whether or not we want to get railed or double-teamed by these elites, which I don't know if we want to do. Likely the Slate shop is better into this Bonfire Elite. So, we start on the right. I don't think we need the extra gold. It's more likely we need just raw power. Yawworm. Jesus. Well, command is at the bottom of my deck, unfortunately. A20 plus H. These new wrestler names are getting weird. Yes. I feel like we're more incentivized to not take early block cards. What does that mean? Extra slimy. The end of turn adds 1 slimed into your discard pile. Interesting. You can also play with Humility, but not Ascension 20. It's for babies. Ghoulets? Is it time for Ghoulets? Do these just have higher curl-ups now? Oh! Very interesting. They get curl-up at the start of their turn. Okay. It's really good that we have incidental AoE damage every turn that doesn't trigger curl up. Feels good, man. Interesting. 75% or lower. That changes how you want to interact with this boss. I think we just wait. Yeah. Actually, no. I'm pretty likely to draw another strike, so we're just gonna go. This normally splits at 50, right? Like, was I remembering that correctly? What the fuck? I seem to have walked into the wrong neighborhood. Random! I love random. Did we just die? We just dead? Oops. That puts us to 19. Yeah. Try that one again, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I suppose if the elite fights were going to be this much harder, the going to an early burning elite is not a particularly intelligent idea. Also, big cheat in knowing that we have Seraphim Feathers on top of our deck. Okay. Now we only have 2 sentries. We're fine. Definitely not going to feel the after effects of having a bunch of days shuffle into my deck. And I'm dead. Let's go! Yeah. I mean, I think the idea was that, like, the no numbers changes kind of means more like no... It's not like, hey, these things went from doing 10 damage to now doing... They now do 20. Whoa, it's so brutal. Or, like, whoa, the boss has, like, 2,000 HP now instead of, like, 200. It's like, no. Can we get a KD counter? For this mod, no. Of course not. Also, a little disappointing that I feel like if this was normal sentries, I'm pretty sure we would have been fine in this fight. We're gonna test this theory. Hold on a second. A KD counter, not even a win-loss counter. Oh, man. I want to see if I can beat that fight without humility. I'm like 90% sure I can. But I just want to like double check. Come on. Show up on the screen. Come on, Slay the Spire. I know you wanna show up. It'll show up in a second. There you go. One to 7. I feel like I don't fully understand the concept of what you were trying to achieve. This is interesting. Do I just, like, take 10? Like, are you counting how many enemies we have killed? The fog is settling in? What? Or setting in? Okay. Let's try this again. Win, lose, starting from here. I assure you that the win and loss count of the humility mod will be very high. Okay. So our plan of going to the Burning Elite immediately did not work out. Because they fucking destroyed us. Wonder how much one would have to lower the Ascension for humility to be equal to Ascension 20. Well, I mean, if we consider the modification that was made to the Sentry fight, basically what was added was 40 HP worth of stuff, and then the damage per turn goes from 15, because it's 20, then 10, then 20, then 10, right? So it goes from an average damage of 15 to 20. So it's 5 additional damage per turn. Which that is a, you know, pretty big increase. And also, like, dazed per turn goes from like because they only shuffle 2 dazed until they get upgraded, right? So it's like 6 dazed in 2 turns is 3 dazed per turn. Gets upgraded to 4.5 dazed per turn, right? Because it goes from 6 in 2 turns to 9 in 2 turns. So 4.5. And then it goes from... It goes to 8 over 2 turns, so 4. Instead of 3. And then on Ascension 20, that's 6. 12 in 2 turns is 6. Yeah, so they're like 3, and then hard mode would be 4. Ascension 20 is 4.5. Ascension 20 with hard mode is 6. Dazed per turn. Until Ascension 18, it's only 2 days per turn. Yeah. So you would want unupgraded elites, and then it would be shuffling. Like, the damage increase is noticeable. Like, adding another game object increases the total amount of HP and also the, like, damage per turn. Which, if you consider for a second what the average, like, block per turn of a deck is, like, with the starting deck, let's say it's 10, like, not including Ascender's Bane, then you could say that over 2 turns, your deck can potentially block for 20. I know that it's more for Flagbearer because there's command. This also changes depending on if you can apply weak, etc. Like, all of those different things. But, like, at base, let's just say that this deck can block 20 up to 25 because of Retrace. Right? So if your deck can block for 20 and the average damage per turn is 20, that means you're always losing HP. So as far as it's concerned for balance, usually like you need to have opportunities where you do not need to spend the entire block of your deck to attack. Otherwise, like, the solution is impossible, right? So, like, that's often something that is wrong with numbers balancing. So it's like, well, you can produce 20 block, and it attacks for 20, and it's like, yeah, so I can never attack, and I'll eventually die. Right? Wait, no, sorry. That's even wrong. It's 15 maximum per turn. It's 20 over the course of, or up to 25 over the course of 2 turns. So if you compare that to a damage per turn of 20, that means every 2 turns you'll lose 15 HP if you decided to use all of the block in your deck. So March of Time, that is probably not a good one for the context of what we are doing. Okay. Oh, they just go up and curl up every turn. That's very interesting. Oh yeah, I guess I should also mention that the interesting thing about dazeds, or things that change your deck size, is how they manipulate the total amount of block you can do in a reshuffle. Or not the total amount of block, but like your perceived or calculated block per turn goes down because your deck size is higher. Or something. Humility seems to tell you that every encounter is a major skill issue and just doesn't give you any way to overcome it. Well, the thing is, it's like, the metrics are just wrong. That's the problem. Is that people who are obsessed with difficulty will tell you that, like, just make the numbers bigger in some axis, and then it'll be fine. Like, you should be able to handle any challenge. But the unfortunate thing about games is that the reason you feel like you can handle any challenge is because every challenge presented to you in a game is meant to be solved. So you have, like, a complex that says, like, I can take on anything, when in reality all of the puzzles put in front of you were meant to be beaten. Right? So, just, like... yeah. There's a perfect mod to bring out the game design rants from Flarf. Yeah, well, I don't think that the purpose of this mod is to be balanced. Right? Or, like, to be balanced in the traditional sense. The thing that I was thinking was that, like, because balance is determined by design intent, right? So, my understanding is that the design intent of this mod is to find out what happens when you add another sentry to the sentry's fight. You know what I mean? So it's like, how does the problem change when now the damage per turn is, like, significantly higher? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's interesting as a thought experiment. I just don't think it is particularly balanced from a solvability standpoint. I'm trying to think of, like, what the most broken thing is that I can do, and I don't think it is picking phalanx. I think it says somewhere in the mod description that it's good for pairing with overpowered characters or something like that. I see. I don't know if I can take damage. I don't know if I'm allowed to take damage or not. Let's try it. Sundial is probably not good enough. What am I doing here? Yeah, this march is, like, really bad in this deck. Okay, it's like playing a level 1 in a level 10 area. If you get lucky or are insanely good, you can survive, but the character level was not designed for the area. Yes. You could, I think, even argue that it was designed to, like, if you are a level 1 in a level 10 area, it's actually designed to kill you. Like, something like that, right? So you're like, I'm gonna be a sneaky gamer and get in there, and it's like, I died! Surprised Pikachu face. Alright. Holy shit, we got 4 sentries again. This would be much easier if there were helpful messages like try fingers butthole. Clearly. I think we're just dead. Yeah. Hmm. We had 3 card picks, and I think we chose 3 cards. I guess it wasn't enough. New anniversary Spire biomes mod has a funny... Sorry, I don't know if I read this out loud or if I just read it in my head. Several comments of humility, but get a guaranteed rare relic upon entry. Again, I'm not entirely certain those things are equivalent. But it's funny. I suppose you're right. See, unfortunately, that relic is really strong, if not for the fact that we can't fight any elites. So I guess what we're gonna try and do here is we'll see if we're prepared for this elite here. After fighting a series of hallway fights. We'll see where we're at. Jesus. Thank God for retrace. Flag throw it's good. We will need a flag throw. Probably. My brain thought that the curled up wouldn't be there anymore. Fortunately, that was not the case. Okay. Jawworm leading on 17. That is big. Just take Divine Flash. Good card is good. Wait, what does this say? In 2 turns applies 2 vulnerable. On death applies 2 vulnerable. Huh. Okay. Divine Flash number 2. It's like, I kind of want to upgrade the Divine Flash just so... Maybe the one extra stat of what I get from the card will be enough to make the suffering go away. I don't know what the change for Slaver was. Oh. Oh, they made it so I couldn't block. That's, it's not very nice. I suppose if we're looking for unfair ways to scale our damage, having 2 momentum swipes is like one way to do that. Why is it sentries every time? Is it just always gonna be sentries? Is that the only one they have is just sentries? Damn. The true difficulty of this mod was that they made the first elite fight that you fight always sentries every time. They got me. Jesus. We made it. We made it out the other end. All it required was 2 potions. Literally, actually, factually 2 potions to not die. Oh, hey, we got a kunai with double momentum swipe. That's actually kind of good. We have successfully actually beaten sentries. What the fuck? Does the demon form go away? If I wake it up? Actual scaling. Okay. Oh, I guess I could have done that the other way around. Did they attack me twice or one time? I didn't notice. At least I'll still have dexterity. Oh, did we get to the second song? Hey, let's go! Alright, nice. Laguvulin. Not the worst thing ever to let it sleep. A 50% damage boost isn't small, but it's still worth setting up big powers. Yeah, I think if you had something like a blessing, then that'd be pretty good. Also, it just makes the fight punish you for not being lucky and drawing your early scaling early, which sucks. Yeah, it's like part of the strategic decision making in letting Lagavulin sleep. Or I guess what I should say is that like the solution to Lagavulin is often to let it sleep, or if you don't have any scaling, it's to determine what your best hand is going into waking it up, right? Which can involve very complicated decisions, like do I still have defense in my deck so that I can block the 20 damage as soon as it wakes up on like the next draw or something like that, right? Unfortunately, the answer gets shifted when you must wake it up or take 6 more strength worth of damage. Right? I don't know. Maybe it's not as bad as I think it is. We have a few, like, kind of weak blocks, so maybe I want draw. I was gonna say temporal step, but I was like, I kind of want the draw. Okay. Curl me up, gamer. Are we actually going to be able to beat a boss? That'd be very cool. Okay, how is the thief changed? Is it just that steals more gold when it attacks? Doesn't sleep and debuffs turn 1. Yeah, I suppose so. I think we are in dire need of scaling. And I think we actually don't care about cards like Temporal Step because we have Dexterity scaling. Don't really want to take another rewrite because we already have 2. Yeah, it's like, I think it's interesting in concept because it flips it. There is a larger decision to be made about whether or not you give it the strength or not. But whereas I feel like the initial problem statement of Legovolin is like solvable for the player, determining like the demon form aspect of it means that there's like there's less of a solution space for the player, basically. And as you say, it kind of like punishes when you don't draw your, like, let's say that the solution is scaling, well now it punishes you if you don't draw your scaling early, as you mentioned, or like it promotes just running it, I guess, which is a much more narrow like solution space. We're gonna have so much card draw. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have all the card draw. I wonder if we could have taken something like Sacred Ground as our scaling and just been like, haha. Sacred Ground, let's go. Oh, maybe I should have like considered healing. I was like 22 into a slime boss, we're fine. So does it goop on turn 1? It expedited the timer by 1 turn. Ah, damn. I could have momentum swiped 2 more times. Oh, it splits at 75. That's kind of rough. That could have been real bad. I was not paying attention. Oh, my potion disappeared again. See, I want to take Blessing, but I have the faintest thought in my head that this mod is not going to permit me to resolve Blessing ever. This is a conundrum. We can't know how powerful the enemies are if we simply runic them. Oh no, your potion that automatically activates is invisible. Well, yeah, it's like if I don't know it's there. Whoa, it came back! Let's go! Our invisible potion became visible. How powerful. So, Act 2 elites already kind of fuck Flagbearer up, so I'm concerned about fighting more Act 2 elites. We are also fighting the Collector, which has supposedly summons more torch heads. That is definitely going to kill us, by the way. I don't know if you knew that, but we're almost assuredly going to die to the Collector summoning more goons. Act 2 elites F up everybody. I don't think it Fs up everybody equally. I think by virtue of being a scaling character, like a character that is heavily reliant on literally just changing the numbers of the game, you get fucked. Water doesn't struggle with Act 2 elites, because they just go Wrath mode and then kill you. But Water is OP, Cavalier said. Or Excel. Let's go. A potion of visibility, aka any drink. Yes, it's a visible potion. Potion that is there and visible. Did they just not change avocado because it's... Oh, this is fucking metallicized instead of... Jesus. Okay. I don't think I want to sacrifice either of these. Maybe the Vajra isn't actually that important. Getting more time walks is more important than Vajra. It says Malleable 3. What else has changed about you? It isn't the worst event in the game? What, the one that lets you trade for this? I think it's, like, fine. Oh, what the fuck? Spores gives you -3 strength. The one after that. Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. What did we get here? Forgotten Altar? Oh, true. Yeah. I feel that. I think we just lose. Maybe? I don't know. I guess we don't lose because we had a blessing, but... -3 strength, huh? Right, I took Coffee Dripper. This definitely looks like a losing scenario, if I've ever seen one. What were my other options? Oh yeah, Dome and Sacred Bark. Pretty bad. Well, no time like the present to lose. Well, I don't know what that is. Um... Ah. I cannot block. So I am dead. Can we win if we do it the other way? It has a new attack where it attacks for 17 and debuffs your strength. AC. We kill the blue one. Does that count as a loss? Yes. I will reiterate that I feel like counting losses in this context is maybe not the best thing to do. Alright. So making sure we were able to block permitted us to win the game with Fairy. Bottled Fairy. Hey look, it's a shuriken. Wow, this deck would be so fucking good if we were playing. If we were playing normally. Do you want me to stop? Yeah. I think I would appreciate that. I wasn't sure, and I think I'm more sure now. Oh, what the fuck is that? What? So, this requires you to kill the Mystic first. That is bizarre. Fucking random damage. Random damage. I love random damage. Random damage is my favorite. We have luckily been given the amnesty of a turn off. Holy. Okay. I feel like if we take any more powers, we're just destined to lose. Because I don't have... I have a coffee dripper, which is just like... which is literally just losing town. I guess if I got a drain time, wouldn't be too bad, but... What the fuck is this? It just has 3 buffer? Jesus. I think you are already destined to lose. I believe so. Unless that was supposed to be a dig, in which case... Maybe if we attacked first? Yeah, we would have had more block. Oh, actually, we're under frail right now, so... Probably not. No, I mean because this mod wants you dead. Okay. So we were talking about the same thing. Alright. Potion, maybe? I didn't have a potion. Oh, I had vulnerable potion. But it had artifact. It had artifact charges, so the potion did not do anything. The sentry also had artifact charges. Alright. Well, that was an experience. That certainly was an experience of Slay the Spire. If you didn't have a potion, then there's even more reason to use one. There's nothing to lose by trying. Oh my god. Alright. Should be on the screen in a second. We have... Choose a rare card. For a curse, obtain 100 gold or transform a card. Now we can actually win. That is correct. We should actually be able to win the game now. In most contexts. Well, this is an early shop, so I guess we can take the rare card with a curse and then remove the thing immediately. That seems like a decent game plan. Hey look, it's Pillars of Balance. The cavalry has too much faith. I'm inclined to agree. I don't think we should be too hopeful about winning the video game. It's an attack card. We'll pick up a good block card. Hope for the best, plan for the worst. No, I think cognitively distorting so that you are always preparing for the worst is better. Seems like a much healthier mindset. Guess we want bonfire after. Lucky. Drew pillars 2 times in a row. Seems good. You have to go. Alright. Well, thanks for dropping by, Step. Appreciate you being here. I apologize to ruin your fun with tracking win rate. But we'll get there eventually. We'll do some streak challenges or something, I don't know. Yeah, I hope you have a good one. Pretty sure it's... We just use Pillars of Light to ram down a bunch of elites and then see where we go. Go Goolets! Go Goolet Goo. You'll do some streaking? Well, that's the hope. Maybe if I streak hard enough, then I'll streak all over the place, and then I'll yell, I'm streaking Flaris! Whoa! Whoa! Wow. Sidearm is surprisingly not good with the Pillars of Balance we just upgraded. Neither is Divination. but I think it's what we're doing. Because eventually Pillars of Balance will be removed from the deck. Beep. Is applying weak good versus slime boss? Sure. Oh, I should have checked the second one before I did that. Pillars of Balance lets you be super picky with your cards in Act 1. Right, yeah, because I guess you don't need to select anything for any of the elites. You already have it covered. Wondering if we want to take the Synchronize. And I think we already chose some good block cards, so it's possible Synchronize is not needed. Burning Elite. Pretty clean. Clean fight. Clean Pillars of Balance being clean and balanced. I thought you turned off humility mode. Why is it still up strength? Ah, you right. You right. I actually did turn it off. This run is actually still in humility mode. I don't know what this deck's trying to do yet. It's just jamming Pillars of Light at people. So I guess Preparation Pillars of Light is kind of like 3 mana worth of doing a lot of damage. In a 5-card hand, if we do that, then that's like decently strong. Oh, oops. Did I want to take the Aura Slow? Like, we'll need it eventually, and it's quite good. Unfortunately, I picked 2 cards which apply weak, so it makes me almost not want to take it, because this is, like, potentially already enough. It's like I'm pretty sure card draw is the... card draw is the best. So we just want to, like, take card draw. It's just really not good with pillars. Or, I guess, all of the ones that say draw 1 card are net even. So, just because you can't discard it, like, you could still use it, find pillars, and kind of, like, Bing chill. But... So next turn we're looking for preparation pillars of light, which we were able to get. I think we're gonna cycle off this command and retrace just so we have less cards in hand. Should do big damage. You know what? Just for the spectacle, you do it like that. Doing anything with this march? But guys, if I march and then use a Pillars of Light, and then next turn I retrace the Pillars of Light with no cards in my hand, then that means the Pillars does a bajillion damage. Wow. I think we're gonna take Aura Drain for, like, Book of Stabbing / Slavers. Preparation can generate mana with this thing. I wonder if we take Mystical Tiara or Royal Tiara, and then we try to look for things that allow us to utilize this. It's like, do people take the Shiv relic without having Shiv cards? And then just kind of hope? Let's goo in the Spire. Are we gooing? Lance, did you see the... Did you comment on it yet? Did you see it? It's... You didn't. How dare you? Comment on my artwork. The Shiv relic is insane. Alright, well, let's try it. If we don't have... We're not like a pulse deck by default, but also none of our cards are signposting like pulse or not pulse or anything else. Like, I think preparation lets us be more set up for stance dancing because it's a plant or a recall. But I don't think that there's any, like... There's no specific thing, right? Yeah, I agree that it simply makes the regular stance dancing part of the thing quite good. Like, literally just the pulse from being planted becomes stronger. Which also Aura Drain can let us kind of pivot into like being dirtily defensive instead of just regular. You did see the Von Milkia art. What'd you think? Suzu is probably the correct pick, but this is training, so let's see where it goes. Yeah. So this is -6. This is like 2 for 6. Which puts it to 16. This would block for 14. That's like acceptable. That is an acceptable trade for landing the thing. Oh, wait, we had a prayer wheel. So maybe I could have considered that we had prayer wheel and that we could start to draft more aggressively for pulse. So this is block for 6 AoE. It's kind of good. I'm kind of on board with that, and I don't want to take these. It's good. Funny thing, why I meme a lot, my favorite designs are very much predicted on what an 8-year-old would find cool. Damn. I mean, I guess if it's real, it's real, you know? Rance is just being real. Can I kill this thing? If we have 6 times 6 times 6 is 36, maybe plus a colorless potion. Fucking hell. That ain't it. Power potion, aura essence. This is net neutral. There we go. Let's take flight. He's very in touch with his inner child. Metal Gear. Forethought to remove cards from hand. Oh, that actually might have been an interesting way to do it. Yeah. Oh, I didn't consider the fact that I wanted a shop. I probably should have considered that earlier. Kamen Rider, for example, has my favorite superhero outfits, and don't get me started on how much I love Digimon designs. Like, they give me dragons with machine gun arms. Hey, Machine Dramon's fucking cool. And anyone who wants to disagree with me can @ me on Twitter, and I will slam dunk you into the sun. I will personally fight you if you think Machine Dramon is not cool. Machine gun arms are lame. Laser rocket machine gun arms are way cooler. Wait, which one's that one? I don't know what that one is. I know, God, what's the flying snake one with rocket arms? I don't remember which one that one was. We're going to continue drafting aggressively until morale increases. It's an arm-mounted machine gun that shoots laser rockets, obviously. Damn. I didn't think about it, but thank you for clarifying. Okay. Oof. Gremlin leader is out to get me. Literally unable to draw Aura Drain. God damn it. We don't accidentally draw it either. Thank God Take Flight exists. Saving my ass. Ooh. Why does Gremlin Leader want to kill me today? Come on. Why are you so mad? Funny Aura Drain. Did like your art you can't buy would love a muscle mommy flower? Oh no. Oh no, is that what we're drawing next? Unfortunately, muscles are very difficult, so they're like an entire thing on their own, honestly. Oh. Pulse cards Doko. I'd pay for that. Maybe I should. I mean, I understand that it's very funny that like people are like, no, just draw more Flaris, but draw Flaris doing this. And it's like, should I just open commissions? Is it weird to open commissions for people who want your own character drawn? Like, is that like what? It feels weird. I guess because people would be, or you would assume it's like, oh yeah, well you get to draw your OC, so that's just like, yeah, go do that. It's like, I don't, but it's rather different. I don't know. See, here's the thing. It's like if someone has like if someone has an OC, right? If you were approached as an artist who had an OC, and then it's like, can you draw your OC getting like absolutely railed by my OC, like by the commissioner's OC, and then it's like, I don't know. Is that like, you know what I mean? Based commission. Yeah, it's like what do you say to that as an artist? Do you just go like, sure? Pay me, I guess? It depends on what people are comfortable with, I suppose. Now, drawer getting a higher education. I don't remember. I swear that's like a meme. Like, that's a real meme. Like an actual, factual, real meme. If I'm going to do commission, it's going to be one of my OCs dunking on It's just like, it's weird. It's like, yeah, it's like, I'm pretty sure that's a meme. I'm 90% sure that is a meme that I should know. Unfortunately, did not immediately know. Let's see if we can draw. Damn. I was hoping to draw Bolstering Wave so that I could retrace it, but because it would actually be kind of good here. I think we try to draw it anyways. Nope. We did not draw it. Oh my god, where is it? Hello? Dak? Bolstering Wave Doko! Literally the bottom fucking card. Please help me. It spawned from Now Draw Her Pregnant and similar requests that are semi-common online, I believe. I see. I mean, that's fair, I suppose. Yeah, because, like... it's... Sorry, the one Koseki Biju clip of Muscle Mommy Jesus. I'll have to think about this one. Thank you, Poi, for the super. Well, I suppose I can keep it at the either sketch or line art stage. Like, that's not hugely or immensely a problem. And can you give me, like, at least a good reference? If you want to, like, sauce me a reference that I can look at. Because I know what this is, but I don't feel like I know how to find it. Hey, there's an Orasence. Finally. There's a banner ignition. There's an apotheosis. Holy shit, this entire shop. For the fun, Jesus. Okay. I should just open commissions, obviously. Thank you for the super rants. So should I be posting it to... Because I guess the reason why I post the stuff on members is that it's like a work in progress, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll like eventually I'll post the finished version on like the regular community tab, but I was kind of like, oh, maybe with the Mommy Flareus, what I'll do is I'll just never finish it, because like I don't know if I actually want to finish it, but maybe I should. Are y'all asking for Giga Chat Armored Knight kind of buff or Gym kind of buff? I still can't tell. Partially because y'all are weird. I think what they want is like me with like Gym buff. Yeah, but the thing is, it's like, are we talking like kind of buff, or are we talking like yeah. I need a reference for this is what I'm saying. I don't fully know what you want from this one. The Mommy Flareus, I could understand pretty quickly. I was like, I know where to find that. I've definitely looked this up before. Definitely not looked this up before. Yes, thank you for the supas. I will try my best. I don't know if I should be apotheosis in here or not. I actually think I don't. That's kind of what we were looking for. Everything at the literal bottom of my deck. Oh, that kills me. Wait, I die now. Jesus. This person is definitely chunky. That's a very different kind of buff from what I was envisioning. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, I feel like we might need to be on the same page for the design team here. Because we might have two different requests here. Do I want to redo this? I kind of want to save this run. I feel like this run's going well. Or like, it's going fine. I don't know what I could have done here because I'm kind of low. I guess that's the problem, is that I'm just low and I'm going into an elite fight. Yeah, I guess this is kind of just like, I don't know where I took all my damage. Was it this one? In the Slavers fight? I'll have to check and see if I played the Slavers fight, like, particularly incorrectly or something. I think this was correct. Doing all of this was right. Maybe here I apotheosis instead of striking. Makes my later turns better. Yeah. My fund was for Poiri's vision? Okay. I mean, again, feel free to just drop me a reference. Or please find me a reference. I will do the will of the hive mind. Yeah, so the solution was there, I just played it correctly. The apotheosis over strike was just kind of pretty critical and like getting aura drain down. We already have a lot of blocks. Flight Quake is a pulse card technically, so buff Flower with 7 damage strikes. Hey, turn 1 aura drain, let's go. Ooh, I could have not attacked so I could Art of War this turn. Interesting. I maybe, okay. Yeah, I maybe could have milled the banner ignition here because I don't, like, need it. Can I even defend this turn? This is 6 plus 4 plus 4 is 14, 19. That means I die. So we do need to draw cards and pray. Look, we got lucky. Do we apotheosis first? I want to resolve Essence, Wave, and Defend. We lose out on Quake, but we resolve apotheosis, which I think is correct. Make it harder to find a good reference? I mean... Listen, porn actresses are just doing their thing. Don't need to judge porn actresses. What? She was cute. Yeah, I know, right? I'd be interested in knowing who this person is. Ooh. I guess Echoing Pulse is where we're at right now. I really need to heal. Yeah, so basically, we kind of flubbed a minor hallway decision, and then the Slavers fight maybe could have been optimized. It's unfortunate because, like, these aren't really things that you can go like, oh yeah, in the future I will just do this or do this. But it's just like, paying attention in hallway fights is important. It's like, who would have guessed? Never could have guessed that paying attention in hallway fights is really important. I actually want to not cast this Aura Essence in favor of waiting to get it upgraded. So maybe what we can do is... We have a lot of stuff to resolve still, so maybe we should be leveraging Art of War. I used to really not like this, because I kind of assumed that you want to be attacking when you can, because, like, damage racing is so important. But honestly, this being effectively an energy relic is, like, kind of strong. So it's like, when you need to resolve scaling, you're like, yeah, I would love an extra energy next turn. You're trying to draw Apotheosis. Well, drawing Apotheosis at this point wouldn't mean anything. So... do it like that. And now it is difficult to cast the Apotheosis. No! This could be 4 plus 16. Well, yeah, I think it's like a scarcity thing, right? Where it's like, if this thing doesn't exist, it makes it more appealing to me, because it's not something that I see all the time. Which is fair. I guess I'm personally someone who cares more about familiarity. Like, I can appreciate familiarity. So... So Saber Clone 75 is just good enough for me. It's fine. Damn, we're on a weakened turn again. Jesus. My pulse cycles have been super bad. I think this is where I actually die. We're 12 plus 13. Hey, we're still not dead. Still not dead. At negative aura might, it heals. I feel like healing should not be in the base kit of any character. Or there's like... I guess there's two ideas that are happening in the statement, so it is important to not assume that both ideas are relevant. Oh, it heals the enemies? Yeah, I feel like the negative turn for aura, for Aura Might is already kind of like not the hugest downside, or like it's a pretty easy problem to be solving. So I feel like the healing enemies is not necessary. Also, dealing more damage equal to Auramite, it's like, I guess the purpose of Pulse is that they're not supposed to scale together. It's kind of like, well, what if Lightning Orbs scaled off of Strength? And it's kind of like, well, they're supposed to be different things, right? As I said, it's a bad idea. Yeah. It's not meant to be good. Well, yeah, which is exactly why I'm allowed to think about it and be like, yeah, that's fucking terrible. Here's a bad idea. What if it worked like this? Yeah, that idea is terrible. I said it was gonna be terrible. Yeah, it fucking sucks. Yeah. You right though. Interestingly, I think our only energy relic is Snecko Eye, and it's kind of like, what if our Seraphim form costed 0? And what if everything else costed more than 1? It's just supposed to be that it sucks, not an analysis of why it sucks. What, do you want me to just like not think about it and say that it sucks? Have you been watching the same streamer that I have been streaming as for the last X amount of time that you've been here? What did you expect me to say? That's fair. I appreciate it too when the deviation, I guess, I find cool doesn't help that I have design preferences of an 8-year-old, love striking designs. I mean, I guess so. No, I'm clearly a blind viewer who isn't watching anything. Damn. Well, maybe you can go get some eyeballs from Cyberpunk and come back. I think it's Runic Pyramid. It's a little unlucky that we don't, like, our energy relic is Art of War, and we need to be aware that our energy relic is Art of War, so that we don't end up in problems. I think... Grab a Snecko Eye then? No. Oh yeah, I guess also Happy Flower. Oh, Lantern's really good. Yeah, I guess it's that, like, we have a bunch of, like, tertiary energy relics. They aren't, like, direct, like, hey, look, you get energy. They're like, please work for getting energy. And then I'm like, I am not good enough to play these relics all at the same time. Please, God, help me. I want to go to, like, a shop. I also really want to go to a bonfire so that I can upgrade this Aura Essence before I fight something, so I actually want to go this way, I think. And then we'll, like, go this way. Ask for much work to get the energy. To get the energy efficiently, though, where it's like, if I plan around, like, Flower, then I'm sure I can play better turns. Would you trade Pyramid for Dome, though? I don't think so. Yeah, I guess the idea is also that we have, like, an Apotheosis in our deck, so it's like, why do you want to upgrade anything? But, like, having an upgraded Aura Essence is pretty different than not having an upgraded Aura Essence. Can maybe take Future Sight. You don't need more card draw, we have Runic Pyramid. Okay. I think Dome is better than Crown and Ectoplasm. I think that is fair to have a player preference on which one you like better. I think it's easier to take Dome when you know that your deck is a Solitaire deck. And then I think it's easier to take Crown when you know your deck is completed. I think it is easier to take Ectoplasm in Act 2 if you have spent all your gold. Or, not even that you've spent all your gold, but you don't need things that are specifically from the shop, so like you don't need card removals, or you don't need specific cards, so like you don't need selection from the shop. So if you just need, if you're like, maybe I could use like another card of a pretty vague thing, then I don't need to go to the shop to find it. I can just like take an encounter instead of going to the shop. So it's like all of them are contextually different, right? What I think needs to be added to be the true character called Math, where in-game Flower talks about damage calcs. It's one shot, but you can't skip the 2-hour speech. What the fuck? I mean... We are on -1 turn and I didn't notice. Guess we can do this and be fine. I guess what we're pretty sorely missing is a Phalanx. It's balanced since only a few players could stand it. The balance of this character is so that you feel infuriated, clearly. Where is my scaling? Oh wait, we ran into the Pillars of Light problem where it's terrible now. That's so funny. I just realized. I forget every time. Can you even add QTE so the player has to stay? What the fuck? What is this cursed shit? Maybe I should have taken the... Oh, do I just die? This is dead, right? I died to this? We save it again. Our second save of this run. Yeah. I guess the problem with this deck is we just, like... We don't actually have a lot going on. We tried to be very picky with this, like, prayer wheel and royal tiara, and then it just, like, didn't work. So what do I do on this turn? Die? Pretty sure we just die. Yeah, forcing an archetype, but sometimes you just don't get the pieces. Which is really unfortunate, because it's kind of like... It's hard to take Royal Tiara incidentally, I feel. Because it's like... Like, is +1 on Pulse, like, really that good? Like, I don't think that's enough to... You know... I don't think that's enough, I guess is what I'm saying. Where, like, we could have taken Sozu, I guess? So it's like, what do we do when we take Royal Tiara? Just, like, play the game normally and then, like, forfeit a boss relic? But then if we get the right cards, we pop off? Like, I don't know what the call is for that. Because I'm assuming the Shiv one is, like, people snap take that because there's maybe more, like, Shiv cards. I guess Blade Dance... Is Blade Dance a common for Silent? Yeah, Blade Dance is a common. Whereas I guess Banner Dance is an uncommon because it's AoE and it plants. Yeah. So maybe there needs to be, like, a common Pulse card. Like, I know there's Echoing Pulse, but I don't know about that one. Alright. Let it die. Like Echoing Pulse? Yeah, I think that might have been where I was at with Echoing Pulse versus Blade Dance, but where, like, instead of forcing you to play every single pulse individually, it just, like, does the pulses. Well, these are a lot more... Med Second is the most ubiquitous. I think I could have... I don't remember if Commando's in my graveyard there. Heart of War again. We have one aura for this. It's a good one. It makes me do more damage. It's not like Aura Drain plus Recall Detonate. Yeah, you can send it to me over Twitter. Like, just the name is enough. You don't need to, like... You don't need to, like, link me your favorite video from them. Like... I think I want to go to the next one. What's the next one? I don't remember if I like this one or not. I guess we'll find out. Gotcha, full portfolio on its way. Nice. Upgraded, wow, that's hilarious. We upgraded the Aura Shatter so that we could scale faster, and then we got Lagavulin. Hilarious. What happens if we stun them on this turn? Oh, I guess I could have waited to figure out if that screwed up the entire AI or not. Probably shouldn't, but... Pretty sure we should be healing. I was like, upgrades. Ooh, upgrades. Now we can upgrade. Retrace is good. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed that retrace is a, or not retrace? Goddamn it, rewrite. They both have re's. Rewrite is a good card. Who would have guessed? Do we want another attacking card? I don't actually know if we want the Seraphim Feathers or not. I guess we do. We want these two cards because they are good. I was just checking to see if Koi sent me the goods already. He did not. Too busy curating the entire portfolio for me, right? Guess duplicating emit second is like kind of sick. Damn. Damn, should have gone with my gut. Really? It's only turn 6, right? Did we play this like wrong? Maybe I needed to duplication potion Seraphim Feathers or something? That's bizarre. I did not think we were losing this fight until I drew 5 dazed, which was decently likely because there were 9 to 7, unlucky half of the deck. Yeah, I'm wondering if I should have like taken precautions for that. It's kind of like, because basically I was thinking like, oh, I don't want to have to like use my potion in this fight so that I can like double emit second slime boss or something, but I guess what might be more powerful is if I use this potion now and then I can like upgrade or something because I was not costed like resources in this fight. So just using it is better. Which, again, I feel like is like not a super clear or coherent thing to be able to carry forward, I guess, because like it's like if I'm in this situation again and then I'm thinking, do I want to use my duplication potion or save it for the boss? I guess the answer here is like just do it. Like just use your potion to not take damage. Or it's like, how aggressively do you want to use your potions? And then I could ask myself like, well, what are you planning on doing next turn with your recall, detonate, double strike hand? So maybe that could have been an indicator to like actually step on the gas this turn. I think this is a different draw order. Because we didn't have a plant last time, which is why it was like so bad. But in this case, we were able to kill it. Wow, that's really funny. I want to take the Foremost Rapier, but I'm pretty sure it's Momentum Swipe because we just got this kunai. Which is really funny. Because I don't want to be like screwed out of not finding this. And it's like it's currently our scaling option. This is like a rare, basically, because we got a kunai. So now, we want to upgrade something. It's like we don't have the most block in the world, so maybe we want to upgrade a block card. Personally, I'd have drawn the recall detonate, then played it and recalled command and played that before Seraphim Feathering. Could have gone you out without needing to potion. Yeah, I guess there were other cards in my hand. Oh, retraced command. Yeah, where I guess I was stuck on emit seconding. Or the haha, do I double emit second them? Ugh. Wah! Serpent feathers, whoa! Whoa, seraphims! Yeah, so I guess I also just didn't see the line. Or... yeah, which is like... When it's... Did you see the line or did you not see the line? It's kind of tough to be like, well, I guess I should know that that line is available to me. But that's like... I would say that's a pretty, like, standard line, you know what I mean? It's to just replant before playing your big damage thing, so I think I just missed it. Why does Glorb have to go so hard in AI voice covers? I don't know, man. It just does. It just hits different. Well, this is, it's time to stance dance. This is the deck that we had in the humility run. When I see a card that says scry 2, draw 1, and have 3 cards in draw pile, I always consider those cards to the best of my ability. That's fair. Because, like, they're basically in your hand. Or, like, in situations where you would be able to... like, yeah. Just in the situations where you'd have access to all of the cards, it's reasonable to say, like, hey, let's see, what can I do with those cards, specifically? Huh. Well, there's the Path of Doom on the left. I kind of want to fight 2 elites. But there's, like, no bonfires on this half of the map. Which is really awkward. I guess we just settle for 1 elite and then burning elite next act. Or we risk fighting 2 elites and then just say worth. I think... So we'll get to there, see what our deck is looking like and what our HP is, and then if it's bad, we don't take it, but we are going to try and make it good. Phalanx is cool defensive scaling. I actually want to take damage from this guy. so that I can draw more cards next turn. I'm gonna be honest, I was not thinking about, I was not thinking at all about getting more energy off of the recall, because every time I pick this, I immediately forget that I get double energy on recall. Also, this is quite bad. That was hyper sketchy. You could have just ended that sentence with after I was not thinking at all. But that's not true. I was thinking, just wasn't thinking very hard. Or, sorry, I was thinking very hard. I just didn't end up at the right answer. I get extra, not extra. I get points for thinking, right? Right? I get some points for thinking. Oh my god. Can we get the legendary stunned avocado? Oh, we can't. No, we did too much damage. What a shame. Big block card sounds nice. Don't think we want an encounter, do we? Transform 2 cards. Double removal. It was good with me. It was unfortunate that we just removed a strike from our deck. I guess we take the bites and then don't take any more attacks? Like recall, detonate, start from feathers. Like this is enough? Plus bites? Then we're just looking for scaling, maybe some better blocking options, or like emit. We have emit second and time walk. Maybe something more broken to do, or more card draw. Like we have card draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have like 6. We'll have 6 blocks to 10 attacks. I don't know. How's your day going right now? I mean, it's going good. I talked about my day when I got on stream today. I wish the vampire event gave you bites based on how many strikes you have, not a static 5. Yeah, I think there's, you know, I guess the idea is that, like, it's punishing for people who have removed strikes. But that's weird because it's a default play pattern to remove strikes, so it's definitely awkward. So you're waiting for Tekken 6. Is Tekken 6 coming out today? And that's like what you're waiting for? I guess we can try this and see what happens. I'm a little less confident about fighting an elite at the moment. I would like to upgrade this, like, I was thinking upgrading Phalanx. Tekken 8? Oh, it's next week. Vampire event. What do you want? Nothing or nothing because you don't have strikes. Also weird because only Ironclad and Silent have 5 strikes. Yeah, maybe it's just, you know, counted in the downsides column. So awkward. This is so very fucking awkward. Don't even think I want to draw the time walk. We just block here. Sequencing, but also I didn't get punished for it. Nice. Don't think we need rip time for any reason. Now, do I want to upgrade something again? I feel like I just want to upgrade my blocks. So I can block better. Oh, that block upgrade is so chunky. Forgot that it's so chunky. I'm hoping for a plant. It was not a plant. We need to kill at least one of these things, so... I'll let you finish your thought. I was reading it, and then I was like, oh, this is an incomplete statement. Oh. Just kidding, it was calculated. Oh, it's a little unfortunate. Is it worth it to have this gain me 5 life? I don't think so. Probably not. Big pain. I guess what we're lacking is card draw. Because, like, these hands are hella stinky. stinkiest card draws known to man. Sorry, I don't know if I read the thing yet. Yeah, Tekken's been around for a while. I suppose having a game where... Yeah, again, like, people, like, know their stuff, so it's, like, hard to get in. Which is why I think it's, like, having some kind of additional access to master every game is, like, probably a good thing. So, like, having different elements or gimmicks between each thing is, like, useful to level the playing field a little bit. Or perhaps it's enough that characters play differently. Or, like, there's slightly different matchups, or just, like, different rosters of characters function differently. Oh, Mr. Momentum Swipe! 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 Momentum Swipe! Oh, Miss Lethal. That's card draw. This is also card draw. But I think... I keep drawing Recall Detonate and being sad, so I think it's just Divination. Then we're gonna upgrade Divination. Maybe? Maybe Retrace. Doesn't feel as bad to play it. Keep the value going. There's still bites in my deck? Oh, it's gonna die to the... Okay. Damn it! I was trying to stall! Okay. So, once again... Like, I feel like upgrading the Divination is... Like, drawing 2 cards next turn is already, like, quite a lot. So I wonder about if it's worth it to draw 3 cards next turn. So let's upgrade this and see how that goes. They definitely add gimmicks, but yeah, I think it doesn't help that a lot of characters have knowledge checks. Like, if you don't know you can tech out king grabs, etc. Cool part is characters play different. Yeah, I feel like there is something to be said about... Like, if people like what the experience is, then it's like, you don't have to change it for anybody. You know what I mean? Like, you could certainly be like, hey, you know what? We want to make money, so therefore we should move towards... right? Like, we should move towards the thing that's going to make us money, which is totally fair. However... There's also, like... It's like, would Slay the Spire be better if we figure out later that there's some, like, balancing heuristic of roguelikes that, like, cracked the code? Obviously, that's not going to happen. But... It's like, but Slay the Spire is fun by itself. Like, you just don't have to change it. I think we don't need to omit second. So yeah, knowledge checks definitely, you know, make things a little less accessible. But if that's what people want, then why not? It's like, here's this game that just has, like, an absurd amount of knowledge that you need to know in order to play. Like, okay, I mean, if it's fun. I guess the idea from like, more concretely from a design perspective is, like, we just need to assume which one it is. Obviously, you don't need to be super black and white with it. Like, it's not like it is one thing or it is another thing. But it's like, let's say we want to keep the knowledge aspect of the game alive. And we do want all those, like, little tiny things that people need to know, like how to deal with or what to do. Then maybe it becomes more about, like, how do we facilitate that rather than completely removing it or not removing it. Where, like, something that, like, immediately comes to my mind, for example, is like, well, if there's a lot of knowledge checks and, like, you're a player who's actually quite interested in learning how you play against characters, like, perhaps making some kind of generalized demo for all of the things that are transferable between playing characters, where it's like against this character, this is how this character works. Like, what they're trying to do is they're trying to grapple you, but specifically this character, because they have grapples, like, they can be teched out of by doing this. You can look for these animations, and then they, like, put you against a computer where you tech against those kinds of grabs and whatever. Right? I have +7 dexterity. That is a lot of dexterity to be plus. The fun thing about fighting games, I think they're figuring out how important single player is, which is nice. They keep adding the core, but just adding more stuff to engage with, which in turn why I think they're more successful than ever now. I don't know. I don't think I would point to one single factor being, you know, this is why the success of the thing is the thing. You know, there's a likely a whole series of, like, cultural phenomena and stuff which change how people engage with fighting games. I think it is Seraphim form. Big, chunky Seraphim form. Do I want to upgrade Seraphim form, and do I want to upgrade anything else in my deck? I think we were struggling to find anything to upgrade, so maybe this is just fine on its own. We can take Fusion Hammer. I do kind of want that extra energy to play Seraphim form plus, like, defensive card or something. Let's do it. Do it. But yeah, it's like, that could be part of it maybe. Like, I don't know how much people interact more with a fighting game because there are, like, single player things, right? The thing is, it's like, I don't even know if that's one of them. I guess that's, like, part of the problem, right? Where it's like, the thing that I would think about or go to is that, like, fighting games are, to me, feel very PvP based. I think this is maybe what Poi is going to be saying. I don't know. It definitely draws in a whole crowd who would otherwise never play the game and could very well give PvP a try. I say this as someone who bought multiple Splatoon games just for the single player and played a bit of multiplayer. I see. Yeah, so it's like the single player kind of, like, maybe could get you invested into the multiplayer aspect, which I suppose is real. Missed a swipe. We missed it. Yeah, I think similarly for something like... Because you could say the same thing for card games. Like, I think with the introduction of single-player modes that allow people to experience the game and the cards and like kind of the... Yeah, I think the like default enjoyable parts of the enjoyable parts of card games that aren't playing against other people. Whereas even though card games are traditionally a PvP thing, and then you might go like, well, since that's a core assumption for the genre, then that would mean other people would not be interested in trying single player. It's like, I think at a more base level, there's the concept of appealing to multiple people, where it's like Call of Duty is going to have like a battle royale mode, which some people are going to be like, but Call of Duty isn't a battle royale game, so why are they trying? And then it's like, because all the people who are trying the battle royale mode aren't the people who are yelling about it being like unfaithful to whatever its default assumptions are, right? I think it's fair to be skeptical about like, hey, I don't know if this will work out or appeal to this crowd, but I think the strategy of, hey, this could work out, so let's try dipping our toes into it, and then if people like it, then we can continue making it, right? Like upgraded area of lights is like really good, so I'm heavily considering just taking it because it is very good. Notably, we don't have any like weak application. We only have Seraphim form. Not that that would convince me to take Temporal Spike. I was just thinking about it. I guess upgraded Recall Swirl is also an option, but I'm pretty sure we're hard on. Our plan is pretty play Recall Detonate. God, I really want to spend my 600 gold. Unfortunately, just like... just can't, because we need to get the green. The green. Green. It's too risky to attack it here. The one thing I know is... No, in fact, is... The one thing I know is while the competitive scene is loud, the thing that makes and breaks fighting games success is how well they can attract casual players, hence why most people that buy popular games don't even play online. Yeah. Which, again, is fair. I think where I started this, though, right, was that, like, you don't have to appeal to casual players. And this is the thing, where, like, what kind of bothers me about, what I'm gonna broadly say is capitalism, because that's what I'm gonna blame this on, based on people saying, well, this is gonna make more money if you simply appeal to the masses. Which is that, like, your art doesn't need to be accessible to people. Like, that's just... Art is an expression of what you want to express. It is very often self-expression. So I consider video games an art form of various different disciplines coming together to create an experience. And that experience does not have to include everybody. It is okay for it to stand on its own and just be what it needs to be. What you want it to be. And I'm saying this like more so outside of the context of fighting games because I feel like there's a number of single-player games that are too long, where it's like, we want to make more features, and even more features, and it's like, you didn't have to do that. Or like, you don't have to put an easy mode in Elden Ring, even though it's already there. There is an easy mode in Elden Ring. It's called Ash Spirits. Yeah. But again, it's whatever the, you know, whatever the design intent is. I just think the more we go to optimize for money, the more the strategies are different than creative freedom, I guess. They tend to push in different directions, I guess. Or there's a risk that it could push in different directions. This writhing mass fight is so goddamn long because I only have multi-hit cards. Actually so painful. Holy shit. Another take flight, or another momentum swipe. Other momentum swipe makes kunai just trigger on each stance change, which is like desirable. Yeah, so I think there are like good reasons to want to care about single player. You know, like I think it is fair to care about single player or to want to include something in single player or to want an art to be a particular thing. But I don't think the goal of art always needs to be appealing to the widest audience possible. Like, I think some people have a very, like, I guess, self-centered view on art, where it's like, well, if I don't like it, then you're not doing a good job. Right? Whereas, like, if fighting games until the end of time don't... Like, the people making them simply don't want to express the experience of fighting games through single player, like, it's just not on the docket, right? And then I guess you just don't play fighting games, and then, like, you're just in a different world at that point, right? Where, like, you are not Rance the fighting game player, you are Rance the only JRPG player, because I think we talked about JRPGs before. But that's just the truth of it. If I don't like it, then there's simply no way anyone else will like it. Hello, Banner Gamer. Welcome, Brew. How's it going? Hello. Iwiwa. Oh man, I don't want to think about Neji Sanji right now. I'm too sad. I'm too busy crying. I've listened to Pamu being sad like too many times in the last week for my heart to handle. And it inflicts pain on me. I'm Palm, not the poem. It's probably for the best. I really hope she stays in content creation, but if she doesn't, I get it. Okay, sorry. Let me actually read what you were saying, Rance. Makes the experience better than the old arcade way fighting games had, where you only play against people and get rocked, and eventually you learn. So story mode and fun single player eases you in, making more people invested. You're right, I was just saying why I personally like it more now. Obviously, if I don't find enjoyment, won't play just for me, it makes the experience better. Yeah, which is why I'm like, I'm not vehemently disagreeing with anything you're saying. It's kind of like, yeah, I think that there's a lot of like overlapping goals here. Where it's like, we can do both of these things. However, even the assumption that we must do both of these things is like an assumption, I guess. Where people would say, like, it's more perfect if it does more things. And if we achieve all of the things, that means the art is more perfect. And it's like, no art in any capacity needed to do any of these things, basically. It's like a completely different lens, I guess. But I guess, like, maybe a core part of my experience doing things in art is that, like, I know I appreciate, like, I think there is, like, a pretty core aspect to wanting people to resonate with your work. So, like, for example, I feel happier about making art of Flaris because people seem to like it, right? Like, that's just a natural thing to observe, right? But there was, like, there was an anime quote, which I think was from Toradora, maybe, that, like, stuck with me for a while, which is kind of like, I feel like if at least one person in the world understands me, then I could be happy. So it's like, if there was, like, a few people who deeply resonated with the concept of why I'm doing what I do right now, then that would be very meaningful to me. Obviously, I want to have, like, there's other goals that are completely different. Like, I would really like security. I would really like there to be meaning in doing higher production things. Like, there are separate goals that are different. However, I think part of the reason I'm still doing this now is because, like, there were a few people who resonated with what I'm doing. And that's, like, enough. I could, like, I think from a business perspective, something along the lines of, like, changing my persona to be more of a, like, I was heavily considering, like, having a mascot character so that, like, that seems to be an effective way of bridging the gap between having, like, being a Babiniku. Is that, like, if you're the mascot character, then people don't, like, feel as weird seeing you in, like, a different gendered model. That's, like, not the point, I think, for me. So, or it's not the point right now, so I don't feel the need to do it. Also, I can't exactly tell you why we lost this fight. I think I just wasn't paying attention because I'm too busy thinking about other things. So I'm going to take the free retry on this one that is not actually affecting my win rate. Because it matters to me, okay? Okay. Hence why I like the direction, but yeah, I'm not... Ever never tried to claim that. Yeah, I don't think I was, like, specifically trying to say that or anything. Lyria white dress is something else. Also, we need to do a hostile takeover of Digisanji and... Defenstrate? I don't know what that means. That MF? I'd really like to be given a blowjob as a good morning every day. But we can't have it all. So, what the fuck? Something like Admiral Balru's older model? That's a cursed shit for real, for real? Wait, what? I have no idea what that is. I'm sorry. Alright, let's try to actually win this. Interestingly, I think an early mistake I made was casting Seraphim form here. And I should not do that, because these are not the turns which I care about having the damage. I can actually wait here. Instead, what we'll do is we will draw this Phalanx. And we will cast these other cards. Take some damage here, draw more cards next turn. Oh, defenstrate is a real word. Okay. I apologize. I actually, like, literally didn't know what that meant. Throw someone out of the window. For example, the CEO of Digisanji. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like they have some tough shit going on in that company. And I think that anybody who makes Pamu sad deserves to get thrown out a window. This is a hyperbole, obviously. But, I definitely think Pamu is on the list of, like, wow, that person is an entertainer. Like, this feels like I am being entertained. And I really appreciate people who are like that, because, like, I know that's not me. Like, I don't feel like I function at that capacity. Despite maybe sometimes desiring or wishing I could. Trip was probably not correct here. Interesting. So I still die here because I am on this turn. It will be difficult for me to resolve Seraphim form. Very interesting. Interesting. Surprisingly, I could not stance enough to fight this guy. Maybe I command here. I was gonna pick up Seraphim form, but maybe the point is that I need this fight to be over so that I do not die. Here I go dying again. Yeah, this just isn't enough. Yeah, I feel like this deck ran into what I was a little bit concerned about, which was a lack of card draw. So, like, turns where we drew bites, like this turn, I'm just like, okay, do I want to cast 2 bites and then die? And then, like I can't turn my deck over very fast, so if I let Seraphim Form go, it's, like, gone. Like, there's 1 or 2 plant cards and a recall card. So it's just, like... It's a little too bloated with value cards, with not enough card draw. And then, like, double momentum swipe is, like, cool, because we end up with 9 block. But then we lose. I'm gonna try this one more time just to see if I can, like, win personally, but... I think because we have 600 gold... and we didn't, like, cobble enough plants together, and there's an awkward amount of card draw, like, I think that's actually why this deck is losing. Bye, I'ma go slib. Okay, take care, Poi, thanks for being here. We're wrapping up soon. I just want to see if I can beat this. For legal reasons, this is not an encouragement to violence. Consider this and all my commentaries as comedic relief. Bam. Got him. Little koala persona mascot. Sometimes the girl model was tracking the face of a redacted. What? I guess I'll stick around until the end of Stream Megami. Yeah, I actually just want to, like, do this fight. I don't think it is necessary for me to play out the rest of this run, because I think it'll end up the way I think it will, which is that this deck is too clunky. But let's see if we can win this one. I think this is awkward. Phalanx is actually just, like, not very good. So I think we want to cast this. It gives us, like, more time. We don't want to use a mid-second or Time Walk because it'll, like, reduce our Seraphim form, I think. So we focus these turns on attacking. Let's see if we can draw. Detonate. There's Detonate. Why'd you bonk me? What? What did you do? Boy's family. I didn't do anything. I'm literally innocent. Please. Yeah, this is awkward because this is like all of my recalls and plants. So if I use this flag throw, it's just like really awkward. That's so funny to me. I mean, we're gonna do it because we need to press buttons in order to win the game. Okay, let's try taking the Swift Strike. We can retrace to pick up stuff. Flower sent some hired muscle. Alternative timeline Flower to get them. You caught. Ah, that was a mistake. Whoops. You caught me. I actually sent time assassins to Poi's house, and that is why. That's why Poi is scared. Not leaving. Play all of these, we time walk into next turn. And we have the leftover slow. Okay, so it was there. Do we have a card draw option? No. Yeah, I think I'm gonna finish this run off stream. just because, like, I kind of want to play it out, but it's, like, pretty clearly lost at this point. So, what I'm going to say is, if you're oh, redacted that later. Did allegations against Admiral for doing emotional physical damage against them? Oh, yikes. I see. Got it. I'm gonna not ask about that anymore. Right. So, if you're still here, what I'm gonna do is say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the supas today. I guess I have to go draw a muscle mommy, I think. So, please look forward to that, I guess. And, yeah. I mean, they're already... Oh, Rue! I don't want to be that guy and say, oh, you don't have a membership. But, oh, you don't have a membership, so you haven't seen it yet. Don't worry about it. You can be excited about that one. Yeah, I'm gonna go do that, I think. I'll say thank you so much for watching, everybody. Thanks for being here, and I will see you next time. Probably Monday, I think. Probably. I still have to confirm a few things, but yeah. See you all later. Bye-bye. Bye.